Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about again major depression, which is most relatable to me, but it could be any mental illness that you feel like takes over your entire life and being and existence and your brain. I chose today to talk about this because today is one of those days, 100%. Today I was supposed to go to community service, which is for my court sentence. It's an alternative sentencing to 30 days in jail. So instead of that, I was given the option to do either an ankle monitor or I believe it was 14 or 16 days of community service. So it's basically like picking up trash at a park or cleaning up the area where like the judicial building, I don't know, I don't understand it. This is my first time doing local community service for my charges, but it's been pretty chill. So I woke up this morning and I slept enough time and then I was like, I don't want to go. If I don't go, we just reschedule it, but it just drags on the process longer and longer to where I'm like, I could have gone to these days, you know? Like, I wasn't sick. I wasn't unprepared to go. I could have gone, and I didn't. So, of course, I wake up, and I'm like, you're a piece of shit. You can't even wake up and go to something that's not even that hard, you know? I woke up at 1:45 p.m., and my sleeping schedule has been so inconsistent ever since I was like 14, 15 years old. It was like the family joke that Emma sleeps a lot and too much. And when my grandma died, who was my best friend, she died really young from cancer. That was my coping mechanism, was I'm sad, I'm gonna sleep. I'm sad, I'm not gonna do anything. And of course, now I know that that is severe depression, but at the time I was like, I'm a teenager, like there's not really any consequences from this except for like missing out on stuff. And that has been so much of my adult life. Sorry, I can't come, I'm not feeling well. I just don't want to get out of bed, such I feel like I can't get out of bed. Sorry, I haven't been feeling well, that's why I didn't get back to you. I just can't respond. I can't be present. I can't be a good friend. I get angry about all of this, and I'm like, I'm 24 years old and I can't get out of bed. I can't go to work on hard days. I avoid all responsibility. Sometimes it's general hygiene. Sometimes it's cleaning my room. Sometimes it's all of it. Sometimes it's not taking my meds, and that will literally ruin everything. I am on the highest dose of 2 different meds and another new med that I started, which makes me feel crazy. Super crazy, because 3 medications. And what's funny is I would give so much sympathy and compassion to anyone else. Like if they were like, I'm on 7 meds, I'd be like, yes, queen, do what you need to do. Love that for you. If you're feeling better, do it. But for myself, I will always beat the ever living daylights out of myself for any of this. So today I didn't want to do anything. I felt useless for waking up so late. And my solution is to go tomorrow instead, but to stay up all night so that I make sure I go. Again, terrible sleeping habits to where it's like I literally can't get up unless it's for work. And even for work, I'll call out and be like, sorry, been throwing up all night, because I need it to sound bad enough to where people will not think less of me. And I recently went into my boss's office and I was like, hey, I just want you to know that there have been a decent amount of days where when I say I'm not feeling well, it's not true. I just feel like I can't get out of bed. And she was like, thank you so much for telling me. And if you tell people you need a mental health day and you are not met with compassion, that was my fear. And, you know, also this is Bear. He's my comfort dog. He's not a service animal, but he really should be. I'm obsessed with him. He's my favorite guy. So me and Bear hang out a lot when I'm just at home, and I love him so much. But yeah, that's my favorite thing about you. Okay, you can go now. Anyways, just wanted to like share the reality of having depression and feeling like you have no control over your life. Or if you do go to all your responsibilities, you go to the gym, you see your friends, you go to work, you do extracurricular, you meal prep, but you feel this overwhelming sense of dread and numbness and emptiness, even though you're doing everything you're supposed to do, or you're on meds and you're doing all that, or you're using healthy coping, like going to therapy, anything. You're drinking water. You're not, drinking alcohol all the time or smoking weed all the time. Like, you feel like you're doing everything and it's not enough. Just wanted to send my support to those girlies because I have been her and am her, or a him or a they. Whoever you are, no one is exempt. It's kind of like how no one is exempt from substance abuse, where you're like, I came from a good family. Nobody in my family is addicts. I have a good life where things were pretty good before I relapsed, started using, whatever. But that's a whole other conversation. So that's me today. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be 24 years old and to say, I spent all day in bed today. I didn't go one single place. I didn't step foot outside of my front door. Or I went downstairs to the kitchen once or twice. I always call myself lazy for those kinds of things, but in reality, I know it's just my brain is so imbalanced, and hopefully one day I'll be stable. I feel so much more stable than I have in a long time, but it's these days where I'm like, wow, you literally haven't learned anything or come far whatsoever. I can't tell you how many things I've missed out on because of this, and how many times I've disappointed myself and others, or lashed out at people with anger because I felt so terrible about myself and my life and my mental state. So yeah, it's really hard for me to talk about because I would rather say I'm not feeling well or I slept through my alarm, because that's something I can't control, rather than I had full control of getting out of bed today or whatever, and I just didn't. So not only do I miss responsibilities, I miss things that probably could have been fun to go to, or people that it would have been fun to hang out with them. So there's a lot of shame there about that. Like, how much of my life have I missed out on, or how much of my life have I dragged my feet through, even when I was doing what should have been fun. I just wanted to go home the whole time. So anyways, as always, stay sexy. I'm gonna go read my book or something, but I always try and make the best out of these situations, even when I want to sleep for 48 hours straight. So anyways,